No moving parts. This is a LibriVox recording. All LibriVox recordings are in the public domain. For more information, or to volunteer, please visit LibriVox.org. Recording by Tom Weiss. No Moving Parts by Murray F. Yako. Hansen was sitting at the control board in the single building on Communications Relay Station 43.4 SC when the emergency light flashed on for the first time in 200 years. With textbook recommended swiftness, he located the position of the ship sending the call, identified the ship and the name of its captain, and made contact. "This is Hansen on 43.4 SC. Put me through to Captain Fromer." "Fromer here," said an incredible deep voice. "What the devil do you want?" "What do I want?" asked the astonished Hansen. "It was you, sir, who sent the emergency call." "I did no such thing," said Fromer with great certainty. "But the light flashed." "How long have you been out of school?" Fromer asked. "Almost a year, sir, but that doesn't change the fact that you're imagining things, and that you've been sitting on that asteroid hoping that something would happen to break the monotony. Now leave me the hell alone or I'll put you on report." "Now look here," Hansen began, practically beside himself with frustration. "I saw that emergency light go on. Maybe it was activated automatically when something went out of order on your ship." "I don't allow emergencies on the Euclid Queen," said Fromer with growing anger. "Now, if you don't—" Hansen spared himself the indignity of being cut off. He broke contact himself. He sighed, reached for the book entitled Emergency Procedure Rules, and settled back in his chair. 15 minutes later, the emergency light flashed on for the second time in 200 years. With its red glow illuminating his freckled, excited face, Hansen triumphantly placed another call to the Euclid Queen. "This is Hansen on 43.4 SC. Let me speak to Captain Fromer, please." "The captain has asked me to contact you. I'm the navigator. I was just about to call you. We have a small problem that—" "I'll speak to the captain," Hansen repeated grimly. "Now see here, I'm perfectly capable of handling this situation. Actually, it's hardly even an emergency. You were, it seems, signaled automatically when—" "If you'll check your emergency procedures," Hansen said, holding his thumb in the rule book, "you'll note that the relay station attendant contacts the captain personally during all emergencies. Of course, if you want to violate—" "Look, old man," said the navigator, now sounding on the verge of tears, "try to realize the spot I'm in. Fromer has ordered me to handle this thing without his assistance. He seems to feel that you have a grudge of some kind. If you don't put me in touch with Captain Fromer in 5 minutes, I'll put through a call to sector headquarters." Hansen signaled off contact. If he knew nothing else about the situation, he knew that he had the upper hand. 5 minutes later, Captain Fromer called him back. "I am calling in accordance with emergency procedures," Fromer said between clenched teeth. "The situation is this. We are reporting an emergency." "What class emergency?" Hansen interrupted. "Class?" asked Fromer, obviously caught off guard. "Yes, Captain. There are 3 classes of emergency. Major class, which would include death and injury. Mechanical class, including malfunction of Hegler units and such. And general class." Yes, of course, general class, by all means," Fromer said hurriedly. "You see, it's hardly even an emergency. Just what is the nature of your trouble, Captain?" It seems that we were doing a preliminary landing procedure check and—" "Yes, go on." Well, it seems we can't get the door open. It was Hansen's turn to be taken aback. You're pulling my leg, sir. I most certainly am not, Captain Fromer said emphatically. You really mean that you can't open the door? I'm afraid so. Something's wrong with the mechanism. Our technical staff has never encountered a problem like this, and they advise me that any attempt at repair might possibly result in the opposite situation. You mean not being able to get the door closed? Precisely. In other words, we can't land. I see. Then I'm afraid there's nothing I can do except advise Sector Headquarters to send an emergency repair crew. Captain Fromer sighed. I'm afraid so too. How long will it take for a message to get there with your transmitting equipment? 2 days, Captain. At a guess, there'll be a ship alongside within the week. You'll be maintaining your present position, I assume? Oh, we'll be here all right, Fromer said bitterly. Then he cut contact. As the single occupant of a large asteroid with nothing but time and boredom on his hands, Hansen was enjoying the whole situation immensely. He allowed himself the luxury of several dozen fantasies in which his name was mentioned prominently in galaxy-wide reports of the episode. He imagined that Captain Fromer was also creating vivid accounts of quite another sort, that would soon be amusing several 100 billion news-hungry citizens of the Federation. When the repair ship arrived, it came, to Hansen's astonishment, to the asteroid and not alongside Fromer's ship. He soon found out that there was someone else who shared the captain's embarrassment. I'm Bullard, said a tall, thin, mournful man. Mind if I sit? Help yourself. Hansen waved a hand toward the meager accommodations. He had no idea why a senior engineer was being so deferential, but he enjoyed the feeling of power. You're probably wondering about a lot of things, Bullard began sadly. Frankly, we don't have any ideas about how we can fix Captain Fromer's door. He waited to let that sink in. Then he continued. It took us 3 days back at the base to find out that when these ships were built, almost 500 years ago, nobody bothered to include detailed drawings of the door mechanism. But why? You certainly know how to build. We know how to build Star-class ships, sure. We built a few in the past century or two. There's never been a need for replacement, really. These ships are designed to last forever. The original fleet was conceived to fill the system's needs for a full 1,000 years. But the doors on the few ships that have been built, how? The ships we've built were exact duplicates of Captain Fromer's ship, except for the door. Bullard's long face radiated despair. No one ever questioned why the door mechanism wasn't included in the original plans. We simply designed another type, a different type of door. Well, certainly you can find out how this particular door works, can't you? I hope so, Bullard said, wringing his hands. But we have a couple of other problems. Number one, Captain Fromer has an extremely important passenger on board. None other than His Exalted Excellency, Arthagna Bar. He is, or was, on his way home after concluding a treaty of friendship with the President of the Federation. Hansen managed a whistle. Furthermore, Bullard continued, His Excellency has to be home soon to get there in time for the mating season. This occurs once in a lifetime, I'm told, and this is his only chance to continue the ancestral rule. Wait a minute, Hansen said. Are you trying to say that you can't solve a simple problem like getting him home and getting him out of the ship? You can always cut it in two, can't you? These ships were made to last forever, Bullard explained. The hull is, of course, pseudomet, but not the kind of pseudomet used for other applications. In short, about the only way you'll get in that ship is to vaporize it. But can't you simply disassemble a door,